A lot of people wake up tired, not physically tired, but mentally tired. They wake up already feeling behind, already thinking about the day ahead, already carrying a quiet weight they can't quite name. They do what they're supposed to do. They go to work. They stay productive. They keep up with responsibilities. And from the outside, everything looks fine. But internally, there's a sense that something is missing. Not excitement, not motivation, direction. A reason that makes the effort feel justified. This video is about that feeling. About why chasing happiness doesn't really solve it. And why people who last emotionally and mentally are often guided by something much quieter. Welcome to Ideas Explained. This is a channel about slowing down and making sense of important ideas from books, without noise, without exaggeration, and without turning everything into motivation. Modern life offers a very clear script. Work hard, stay busy, be disciplined, and somewhere along the way, you'll be happy. For some people, that works for a while. But for many others, even after they follow the script perfectly, life still feels strangely hollow. They wake up, go through routines, check off tasks, meet expectations, and yet, at the end of the day, they struggle to explain what all that effort is actually for. That confusion is often treated as a personal problem, as if something is wrong with the individual. But more often, it's a misunderstanding of what sustains people over time. Happiness is emotional. It depends on energy, on circumstances, on outcomes going the right way. Meaning works differently. Meaning gives structure to effort, even when emotions fluctuate. In Japanese culture, there is a quiet concept called Ikigai. It doesn't translate cleanly into English, but it's often described as the reason you wake up in the morning. Not excitement, not passion, not constant joy, just a reason. In places like Okinawa, where this idea comes from, people don't talk much about retirement in the modern sense. They continue contributing in small, ordinary ways. Tending gardens, teaching grandchildren, helping neighbors. Not because every day feels good, but because life still feels worth participating in. Ikigai isn't about chasing a feeling. It's about having something that quietly justifies effort. Ikigai doesn't ask, "Does this feel good right now?" It asks a quieter question. Does this make sense even when it's difficult? Think about people whose lives don't look impressive from the outside. Teachers who show up every day, even when the work is repetitive. Nurses who work long hours without much recognition. Caregivers who put their own comfort aside for someone else's well-being. They're not driven by constant inspiration. They're not chasing happiness. But they're anchored. They know why they're doing what they're doing. Ikigai often lives in responsibility, not in achievement. One of the biggest misunderstandings about Ikigai is treating it like a passion project. But passion is unreliable. It fades. It fluctuates. It disappears when things get hard. Ikigai survives boredom. It survives routine. It survives days when motivation doesn't show up at all. People who live with a sense of Ikigai don't rely on feeling inspired. They rely on direction. Ikigai is rarely found by searching harder. It usually reveals itself slowly, by noticing what people rely on you for, by paying attention to responsibilities that keep returning in your life, by recognizing the work that feels heavy, but still meaningful. Purpose is often not chosen, it's accepted. People with Ikigai don't burn out easily, not because life is easier for them, but because effort feels justified. They don't need constant motivation. They have a reason to continue. Happiness comes and goes. Meaning tends to stay. Ikigai isn't about excitement. It's about endurance. And in a world that constantly pushes stimulation, achievement, and instant gratification, that quiet sense of direction is becoming increasingly rare. These ideas come from the book Ikigai by Héctor García and Francesc Miralles. If you'd like to explore them more deeply, the book is linked below. And if you enjoy calm, thoughtful conversations like this, you may enjoy the rest of Ideas Explained.